Music.
Brick by brick by brick by brick by brick.
I own 100% of Barstool Sports. The sun, the moon, the Milky Way. It is getting so close, I can taste it. We can take a bite out of it. This is exactly, and I mean exactly, why Barstool Sports has to exist. It has to.
Welcome to Barstool Radio. Barstool Sports, it does have to exist. And you know what else has to exist, Large and Francis?
What's that?
Not Barstool Breakfast. But Stacker2 Energy. We have talked about this a ton. We love Stacker2 here at Barstool Sports. It is the presenting sponsor of Barstool Radio. Let Stacker2 Extreme Energy Gummies kick your ass into high gear. These bad boys are the mofos of energy gummies. I don't know if we have the shots here. The gummies are around here somewhere. But they're delicious. Delicious. The Stacker2 Extreme Energy Gummies will jumpstart your game on the field or between the sheets, Large. So if you're trying to smash, fellas and ladies, have a Stacker2 that'll help you. Stacker2 Chews. Explosive energy isn't coming from a can. This six-pack of nuclear nectar is portable, so you can take them anywhere, anytime. It's like having a six-pack of energy drinks right in your pocket, ready to give you the boost whenever you need it. These nuclear nectar gummies are portable, so you can carry them in your pocket anytime, anywhere. And guess what else? Stacker2 is giving away $500 in cash to one weekly winner on their Instagram at Stacker2 Energy, leading up to December 18th, where two lucky winners will win $10,000 each. Go to stacker2.com/barstool, and we're going to give you guys $5 off of your order. So be sure to enter for your chance to win on Instagram. And again, go to stacker2.com/barstool for $5 off. I'm going to take a little sip of this right now. This is the energy shot. It's 10,000% of your daily B12.
Wow.
I mean, I'll tell you what. These are delicious. This is like Barstool Radio is back, or Barstool Breakfast is back right now. I'm so thrilled to be here with you guys.
Welcome back. By the way, Stacker2, I'm 52 years old, kind of at the
end of your life.
Certainly on the back nine, wouldn't you say? I mean, yeah. I'm not making to 104, and Annie's pregnant.
What?
Because of this.
Oh my God,
what
dude!
Lord.
What?
Annie's pregnant.
What a bit!
She just threw up in her mouth. She's right outside there right now. But no, Stacker2, it's what gets me through the day.
That's that morning sickness. That'll get you.
Morning sickness. Kevin and John are on the way back from a tour. They had a little bit of a delay. I think they were in Cleveland or something with their whole team. So Nick is out with them, with Jackie and Pavs, and Tommy Smokes is in Chicago. Have you guys been to the Chicago office yet?
I have not.
Oh, you're not gonna go. You don't care.
I was just in San Diego this weekend with Eddie.
Oh my God, I heard about that.
Yeah, myself, Eddie, and when you think San Diego and you think Barstool Sports, the three people that you would send out to the beach would be myself, Clem, and Eddie.
Yeah,
obviously, right?
Yeah.
So we're out there, and Eddie was giving me the whole rundown about how much content. Come on out, Larch. We'll go.
Does anyone in that crew take their shirt off at the beach?
Well, I will tell you, the one who probably doesn't is me. I'm probably the most demure out of the three.
Sleep shirts?
And arguably the most ripped. But I will tell you, we're sitting down at a, it's all comparative. We're sitting down at a seafood restaurant that winds up, I think Frankie Borelli's cousin owns. We didn't know that.
These fucking guineas, man.
Oh, I know.
Like one of them owns a restaurant, and now every single one owns them.
So we do our drink order, and I do my typical martini order, right? Belvedere, up dry, blue cheese olive, shaken like an unruly toddler. Fucking Eddie, I got Miller Lite, and then have Miller Lite. I'll have a Pacifico. And Clem,
pretty good Eddie there.
Like, it's not bad. Clem, out of the fucking clouds as they come around without skipping a beat, pina colada extra fruit. Pina colada extra fucking fruit.
Zingus is getting down with sugar like that?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
And that's inside a restaurant.
Yeah, it was on the beach.
Not sitting on a stool submerged in a pool.
Yeah, it's in a dark corporate steakhouse.
Yeah, it was like 9 o'clock at night.
And they're like, I guess we'll get the blender from the attic. Yeah, sure. Okay.
But good guys to travel with. Two of my favorite people outside of the people I'm sitting next to now in Barstool are Clem and Ed. And we can share sweatshirts.
Yeah, we had Eddie was telling me about that. He's like, he's like, I sent Large a text, and I wasn't sure if he was gonna, want to go or not. You hopped a flight to go there, and then the next it was a 24-hour turnaround on a 6-hour flight.
It was 13 hours in a plane for 11 hours in San Diego. Those are the worst. It's the worst going to the airport to start a trip, and on the Uber to the airport, I got the alert, time to check in for your flight home. Oh, it's just a heartbreak.
Oh my God.
4 o'clock, wake up for the 6 a.m. flight.
But I feel like I've been doing things where I book flights unnecessarily early, and I realize I don't have to do that anymore. Yeah. Like, I'll book a 7 a.m. flight just so I can get there. Like, we're going down to Florida. Joey and I were doing a show in Tampa, Side Splitters. Check that out. The Friday after Thanksgiving. And I booked a 7 a.m. flight on Thanksgiving morning.
Why?
I'm not going home for Thanksgiving. Because I'm going to go to Boston and then back to the airport again and then back to Florida. It's like I'll just go down there.
West Coast is different, right? Because of the time change. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden it's, it really takes up the whole day. But yeah, if nobody cares about you. So I don't know why you think
That's right.
to be someplace
I'm just so afraid I'm going to miss
early.
it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm afraid I'm going to miss a flight all the time. It's just instilled in me that I'm going to miss a flight.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving if you're not going home?
Probably just
Dad
get
hasn't
drunk.
been allowed home for Thanksgiving since he came out. And one thing that I think the First Peoples and the Pilgrims could all agree
it's a religion. Listen, I'm not going to tread on their religion.
is that they would hunt the gays together.
They would.
They would come together and hunt them.
And we were able to do back handsprings to kind of avoid the arrows. And of course, we don't want blankets. We want to kind of show off the bodies. So that was kind of how we were able to survive that era. Do you think there were gays back in the Pilgrim era, or that's like a New Age thing? Like, how would you find out if you were gay back at large as a gay man?
Yeah.
How did you find out if someone was gay back in the day?
As a gay man and a historian, the way you'd know you were gay back in the First Nations at the beginning of the indigenous people, when you particularly when we came to the United States, is they would throw you off a cliff. So that would be your first indication. They would be taking you to they would take you forcibly to a cliff and loft you up. But thank God we're in a better situation now. I keep hitting this fucking thing. I'll do it
So look at how long this is.
yeah, if I had a nickel.
Because I've never heard. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Me, I'm going down to Florida to see my family, and I'm excited about it. And I'm looking forward to it. I haven't really been able to take a breath for a long time now. So looking forward to actually just reading a book and being taken care of for a few days.
With Maggie and Lulu?
Mimi and Rosie.
Mimi and Rosie.
Milu died. Well, we didn't.
Sorry.
She didn't just die. She was murdered by the vet.
Nice going, Pat.
And if you're not familiar with that process,
they take a blunt shovel.
Here's how they do it. You call up the vet. They come to your house. They murder your dog. Watch your family dissolve in a puddle of tears. And
they do it at the house?
They're like, that'll be $1,000. It's like, well, we had a pond. Dog loved that pond. You told me couldn't have tied a couple kettlebells to the collar?
I know you have kettlebells.
In a crate.
Float to the top. Quick salute to Michael Vick for the idea, and then buy a new puppy. Is that not the cycle of life right there?
We had a dog destroyed at a vet's office, and I couldn't stay. I was too emotional. I said, Annie, you do it.
Brutal, man.
And then at the very end, Annie said, I think my husband should be, and this isn't as bad as I had thought, say goodbye. So she sends the nurse into the waiting room, and she describes me, bald guy, glasses, the whole deal. And so the nurse comes back in, and she's like, your husband must have left. And my wife's like, I don't think my husband would have left, during the whole thing. She's like, there's nobody in the waiting room except for an Asian man. And I had taken my glasses off, and I was wearing a baseball cap, and I was crying so much that I get so swollen. So whenever I get emotional, I get extremely Asian. This feels right, by the way, being in this room again with you guys.
Yeah, we're fucking firing here.
Yeah, maybe it's the stacker.
It's definitely the stacker. I do miss the desk, though. I always feel a little weird when I can see my legs. Like, this feels a little strange. I almost feel like it should be curved a little more. I'm like breaking my neck. They zoom in on my legs.
Pat is wearing the bare bottom T-shirt that was given to us for free on Barstool, Surviving Barstool. Barstool Most Dangerous Game Show.
Most Dangerous Game, yeah.
Which is not a good sign for how
Just a little
he's
keepsake.
doing financially.
I had to buy those fucking shades for my windows.
Yeah, right. Patty, how are you? Are you okay?
Good, Francis, I knew it was gonna go here.
I just like to check on you, and I know you don't like to share, but that you share off camera. But I think that's the funniest stuff is when you're giving us your
Well,
Tale of woe.
you know what? Can we get a cocktail in here?
Ooh.
I need you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready for a drink. Old Patty's ready for a
Oh
cocktail.
boy.
What do you got? Mamitas laying around? I'm doing good, Fran. You know, I went through quite the breakup, so I'm downtown I'm downtown now, and my apartment is filling up with furniture. It's cold. There's not the insulation around the windows isn't as good as it was at my previous place, so I woke up freezing last night. And I actually had to put this shirt on. So this is actually the shirt I slept in as well.
Yeah, see, that's not a good sign. I had a feeling. I could smell it from here. You're in dire straits.
I was like, probably 3 weeks ago, I was rough. But I'm better now.
You are?
Getting a little better. I went to the gym yesterday.
Oh, good.
I fucked.
Whoa. Yesterday?
Yeah, me and Large.
Ooh.
No. I'm remaining sub. Did you see that thing that Steve-O had on Bustin' with the Boys? He didn't jerk off for 461 days, and he said all the stuff he was able to accomplish. He went from like 1 million followers to like 6 million followers, like all this laser focus. And now there's all this movement online to get everyone to just stop jerking off.
That coincided with him probably stopping heroin too. I think there's a couple of things, a couple of tweaks he's made more so than beating off.
You know, I don't know that the secret to my success would be not jerking off.
It would be semen retention.
Well, I just don't know. I mean, look, when people who live at the extremes, the way that he has, I think they're constantly ascribing major life changes to why they've had, and that may work for him, but I prefer to live a little closer to the mean. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't know. I just think.
I mean, it kind of goes against everything Jordan Belfort did. If you see Wolf of Wall Street, he jerks off like 7 times a day, and look how much money that guy made.
Yeah, but he lost it all.
Yeah, but he's still famous.
That's just another example. Like, that's extreme in the other way.
He's there. It's an addict mentality.
I don't think you should be jerking off 7 times a day.
Steve-O said he was a sex addict. I mean, that was one of the things too. Like, he was like, I know people laugh at it, but so I'm assuming that his numbers.
Aren't we all?
I would ask you, Francis, and then I'm going to ask Meek. How often do you beat off per week? Now, you're a young, virile guy. I'm very familiar with your wife. Pictures of her if you want.
Don't bring the wife into it.
Like, so I'm assuming that you're sexually active. Still, how many times do you, visit your own cockpit?
Do you feel guilty when you jerk off?
See, the problem I have is that my wife and I aren't often in the same place because I'm constantly traveling, and we just aren't around each other that often. So, on a week where we're not really together, probably twice a week.
Twice a week.
Yeah.
Meek? I'm assuming this is going to be a
3.
totally different answer.
Meek goes, add 2 zeros.
My mom watches this show, so I'm abstaining from answering that.
Oh, okay.
That's
Your
fair.
mom watches Barstool Radio?
Yes.
It's a good lady, Mrs. Meek.
Why?
She knows I work on it.
Okay, that's fair.
Meek, if you had to guess how many times a week your mom beats.
I am not answering this question.
No.
Oh, you're not going to answer either. Okay.
Mrs. Meek, feel free to call in at 888-786-6522. Large, same question. You don't have to get into it. Yeah, I don't know. How we got on that subject.
Meek, you look like you're in disguise.
How so?
Just all the fur around your face and the glasses make it seem as though you're trying to hide from people.
I'm just myself.
I know, and I love that about you. But tell me I'm not wrong. Doesn't it look like his wig is ill-fitting?
Yeah.
It looks like the toupee. I think Meek looks like he regularly does. I don't see any differences in Meek. I think he's in a murdered-out jumpsuit.
I think this is just, in general, you are, living in witness protection. And
he's like Christian Bale's twin brother in The Prestige.
Yeah.
Like every morning wakes up, puts in a couple of things, and it's a little bit of a...
I could get a haircut, I could shave, but this is my normal skin, so...
You're normal.
Not the skin you got hanging in the closet.
This isn't the fancy skin. Yeah.
See these guys playing
Friday.
basketball?
No.
Oh my! They were trying to figure out who was the worst athlete in the world, so they had him versus Clemmer, and they taped it. Did you see any of that?
Well, no. I mean, I heard about it. I guess that's another offshoot of what we did with me, Marty, Clemmer, and Big Ev.
Where did you go for that? Did you play hoops?
Yeah, we played hoops. Yeah.
Okay. Way behind on
one-on-ones. But Clemmer, so have you revealed?
Oh, it's on Stool Scene, so you can watch that. But spoiler alert, I beat Clemmer 11-7. So.
Wow.
Oh, they're
Oh, there it is. Now look at that.
was that
every one of them was short-armed. Look at this.
So. Yeah,
Just an unbelievable lack of athleticism.
How
And
long?
I'm 300 pounds.
How long did it
Double
take
rim, too?
for you guys to finish a game?
11.
Look at it. Everything's
11.
short-armed.
40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Well, it was like 2-1 for 20. So.
You saw video of Joey shooting the jumpers in Chicago?
No.
We were standing probably 5 feet out from the hoop, like in the inner circle, and it was 50 shots.
Oh.
He goes, I don't have my basketball shoes on. He was thrown off.
How was Chicago?
Chicago was great. It was a lot of fun. New office is good. It's like, it's a little uneasy, I think, just because I'm used to New York. Like, I was walking home, and no one is, like, on the street. So it's like if you just see one person walking towards you, it's like one-on-one. Like, who is this fucking person? It's a safety issue, I think.
It's really unsafe there. Dante was telling me that I was out there in March, and he was telling me that, the week before, like, he has friends who just, if you live there long enough, you get jumped.
Yeah. I don't know if Nick Tarani got jumped when he was there.
Yeah.
The first week. He was like, these
fuck
kids
that
were like, we'd really appreciate $20. And Nick was like, I don't have $20. They go, no. We'd really appreciate
And then they
$20.
took his phone and they grabbed it off they like cash apped it or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
they electronic transfer. There were 20 of them and then they ran off.
Yeah, they had like a little square. It was like, boop. And they took the money right off his phone.
Oh, hold on now. So I'm new to this. So they mugged him. They took his phone and they cash apped themselves $20 a piece.
I think they were like, they had him like,
he
queue
said
up
they
his
said we
Venmo.
want cash. I think they said that we want cash and he was like, I don't have cash, and he was like, but I can Venmo you $20. And
Just stop beating me up, or
they weren't beating him up, but there were 20 of them surrounding him.
Oh,
He
okay.
didn't know where he could go. And so then he pulled out his phone to like Venmo them $20, and then they just connected, their phone.
Once the Venmo was up, they basically just like,
They did what Pat would refer to as docking. Yeah, it was an electronic docking where they pulled the foreskin of their phone over the foreskin head of his phone, and then I don't know what happens from there.
how much they get him for?
$500.
Wow.
which is like nothing to Nick because he's so rich. But yeah, that was tough. I also one of my friend's wives was on her way to teach in like one of the badder parts of Chicago, and she witnessed a drive-by shooting.
Wow.
This is like on the way to school in the morning.
You know that, yeah, I mean, this is all we've got against the Chicago office.
Other than that, it's awesome.
It's crime. That's all we can really say to try to level the playing field when they have their beautiful full court basketball and everyone's excited about what's happening over there, and
It was fun. I mean, it was nice. I did feel a little awkward, like playing basketball with people there. Like, I think it's strange to like sweat with your coworkers. It's like, how hard do you play?
Were they playing hard? Was it a hard game?
It was a lot of basketball. Like, it was
Wow.
like, it wasn't like, oh,
During work or after?
oh yeah, you walk by, you take a shot. Like, someone was almost always shooting throughout the
I
thing.
feel like that's one of those things that's going to kind of just phase out.
But dude, everyone was decent. Like, Mook was like,
Oh, yeah.
stroking it. Like, everyone was good because they have a ton of practice, I guess.
I used to go to visit Pat McAfee's office in Indianapolis anytime I was there, and he had a basketball court or hoop. And I think when they first moved in, they were like having games all the time in Horse. By the end, they were just sort of occasionally they'd pick up a ball and shoot a three or something, but it wasn't as much of it kind of wears off.
I don't know if I would move there. I think that's too much. I don't know if it's worth the hassle of going there. It's like just for a basketball court. I feel like everything I have is here.
Yeah, I mean, everyone did the quick yes to it and took off. I don't know if anyone would say that they have regrets yet, but
Yeah.
I'm sure some people will. Just like with any move, you sort of have regrets, or I wasn't asked.
You should uproot the family.
Do you guys think that we constantly try to neg the Chicago office to make ourselves feel better about our inferior situation here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I do that with everything, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think undoubtedly that situation there is probably better, but that doesn't change the fact that I just couldn't do it, so I have my peace with it.
Oh, God.
Frank would just walk by.
I'm about to get yelled at because I borrowed Frank's turkey hat for the out and about thing, and he was like, bring it back, and I didn't bring it back, and now he's gonna walk out with his turkey hat.
Listen, I thought that Frank was a little more unwilling to forgive when I broke his Edwin Diaz bobblehead doll, but he didn't care at all. He had a backup.
He didn't even look at me.
No, that you can tell that's his pissed face.
Yeah, he was not happy. Where are you going next?
I'm looking at man. Where am I off to next? We just set up a trip to the Bahamas with the family, but we're in Nashville next week because the NASCAR awards. The NASCAR awards,
nice.
like Rookie of the Year and all that stuff, are given out in Nashville, and Barstool Nashville is hosting the pre-party for it.
Cool.
Nice.
We'll be there Wednesday with all the drivers and owners at Barstool Nashville, if anyone's in town, and then Thursday will be black tie at the event. Myself, Spider, bunch of people. I'm bringing the bride, so it should be. I'm bringing the whole family actually down to Nashville.
Are you?
Yeah, Nick's
Nice.
going back to college, so Finn and Bridge are going to come with us. It's a great town, especially around the holidays. Spooky. It's a sneaky, good holiday town, Nashville.
Oh, interesting.
How's old Mickey doing? Are you DJing Pike anymore?
Yeah, so I got a steady gig now.
Okay.
I think they just brought in somebody else. Patty, the amount of money these people get paid to DJ
Fucking
at college parties, and the college parties, it's like I shouldn't even say college parties because there's 1,000 kids at each event, and it's
How much are dues for that frat? Can I ask?
a
lot. Like dues for like a fraternity. That's like he's at like the premier for.
so he's a Pike. He's a Pike, yeah.
We can talk about this, right?
Of course, yeah, 100%. I don't give a shit.
Like I remember my mother would always bitch about having to pay my sister's dues for her sorority, but I imagine like because you show what the house looks like, it's like a mansion. They have cooks, they have like maid. It's insane.
They have a house mom who's awesome. They have a cook, this older black dude who's just fucking wonderful with the kids. Like he comes out and like during Parents Weekend says it really is heaven on earth. Like I went to a big school, and I would shoot myself in the face to go back in time and not go to Notre Dame and go to fucking Alabama.
Yeah.
And I know you have no regrets with Harvard, even though they become such a pro-Hamas institution. But it's, going to school in the SEC is absolutely different. And my kid's having a goddamn ball. But like to your point, it's costing me a fortune. It's cost me an absolute fucking fortune.
Yeah, Glennie was down there for a game a couple weeks ago, and he said it was just like nothing like he's ever experienced before. I mean, we went to UGA. Were you with us at that UGA Alabama trip? Or where were we? UGA
No.
Notre Dame? No, that was
No,
you.
we were in Florida. We were in where Gainesville. Yes, we were
Gainesville.
in there, and there was a country. I'll tell a story. Do you mind?
Yeah.
We had a country band that was up on stage in Barstool Breakfast. Whoever was down there, I'm not sure if Francis was there, but I know it was
I wasn't there.
It was myself, Willie, and you. I don't think Jetski was there either. And we go up on stage when this country band is playing, and we start handing out merch. And it was a real crowd. Like there was 200 people there for this country band that became somebody that people listen to. I don't care. And once the merch was done, we started giving out Bud Lights. And Willie and I are both taking a Bud Light, and we're like gingerly throwing it into the audience where people can catch it. Fucking asshole over here.
This is the story you're telling.
He hucks a Bud Light overhand,
Yeah.
and he's hucking him into the crowd. And like,
Pat?
people,
Yeah.
Pat. And some girl
That sucks.
catches one on the bridge of her fucking nose.
Yeah. that's-
Best day of
She
her life.
goes down, and I was about to call Dave and be like, "You had a nice run," but now she owns this company. And Pat and I took her back into the RV to have her humanely destroyed, and we were like, "Is there anything you need?" And she's like, "I'd love some merch." We gave her a box of fucking T-shirts, and she walked away like nothing happened. She could have had millions. She probably still could.
Huh. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that.
We got
Oh.
Ga- I got nervous when I
special-
saw Gaz pop into the
Is that how we're
booth.
getting fired?
We got a special guest
No,
here.
I just, hot off the press is the surviving Barstool teaser trailer.
Oh, they just got. I was waiting for that to hear if they had it or not.
Yeah, I just got. I haven't even watched it yet. So they're teeing it up. They're teeing it up whenever you guys want at some point during
Yeah.
this episode.
Oh my God.
We should get.
Mind if we watched it right now?
Yeah.
Give us like you got to give us like 10 minutes to load it up into the system, but we will have it.
Like, this is-
10 minutes.
So just to tee it to for some context, we finished out. There were 3 people remaining, and then I think they're gonna do a live reveal here in like a week. Next week it's gonna be live here in the office. Everyone is flying back, and they're gonna do a vote off.
No. So there's
You go, no, you got that completely wrong.
Yeah, I haven't seen the full layout. It's Cyber Monday right after Cyber Monday Telethon. It's episode 1. And then there'll be episodes, I think, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday. And then there will be a live finale where we'll find out who won, and we'll all be, I think, in the Chicago office, which will be like in the middle of December.
Yeah, they need that. They need a boost like that, a big moment.
Yeah, I think we need to hype them guys.
Send it over there. Let's send that moment there. Yeah.
Are you recovered yet? What did you think of, without giving any teasers? I mean, was it what you expected it was?
It was way better. It was actually one of the best experiences I felt like at Barstool, like being a part of. I was very happy that I was part of it, but way more worse than I thought in a good way. Like I went into it like it's going to be chaos, and it was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. So. That's
worse
good.
in
That's
terms
good
of just the mental warfare.
You're saying like what Gaz likes to be a part of, and like seeing things happen, people going up in flames, and people like not friends anymore and shit like that. It's fucking the best.
It's very hard to talk about it without accidentally giving something.
Yeah, I mean,
away.
you guys will watch the teaser, the trailer, and we'll see how what is. I don't know what they put in and didn't put in. I'm sure they didn't spoil anything, but I'm sure it just sounds like it's awesome. So
it truly touches every single emotion on the spectrum, like from funny to sad to crying to anger. Like literally, it has it all.
We had the again, without giving any away, there's some spillover with
ran out of emotions,
with
by the way,
Bosco
there.
and
Did
with
you see
Bosco and Jerry. I saw on Advisors, they were going at a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if that's because of that. I mean, there's so many different storylines in that thing, and there's a lot that even though I was a part of it, there was so much going on that you don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, you've been a part of it. It's like
Oh my gosh.
there's things in other rooms, so like you'll probably find out a lot, and I think a lot of it's going to boil over and spill over when it comes out because we're going to see it for the first time and know what was going on behind the scenes that weren't a part of. I was only a part of the conversations I was a part of, so I don't know what the fuck anyone else was saying about me or not saying about me or what Rico was saying about this person or whatever. So
Is there any part of you that doesn't want to watch it because you don't want to find out what people were saying about you behind your back?
Imagine everyone talks shit.
yeah, no, I don't care what anyone says about me at this place. Like, I don't give a fuck. but I do think there will be people that will be sensitive to what people are said about it for sure.
Like who?
Well, we have a lot of sensitive people here.
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, I think 80% of the people probably care.
At least that's a low number.
How much do you like being in content? I mean, you're a guy that's been around for a long time, and you have the opportunity to probably be in it a lot more than you are. Is it something that you generally avoid? I don't find you to be that interesting, so I feel like that's one of the reasons that's holding you back. But how much do you enjoy it?
I think I'd be in more content if Dave thought I was interesting enough to be in content.
But no, but like when
No, to be honest, like, I've never wanted to, like, when I started at Barstool, there was no, like, we were right, they were typing. So there wasn't like, to be a video, I was behind the camera. I always wanted to be behind the camera, creating content opposed to being content.
Because I didn't even know how much you were behind the camera until I started researching the North Shore beef stuff, and then all that stuff that you and Dave did at the early start of pizza reviews.
Yeah.
It was all right, Gazzy, more so than all right, Frankie.
Yeah, that was the first pizza guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And then also with that girl, Kat Timpf. Like, I remember you guys didn't you
Kat
do the
Timpf.
Juggalo thing with her?
I went and I would film her stuff. Yeah, I did a lot of the video. Me and Hank were I was the first video guy, and then Hank came on and did it. But to answer your question, like going into that, I did not want to do it. Like, I never want to interject and be in content. It's not like, although I just did that just now and walked in here.
Didn't he text you though? And he's like, "Hey, you're doing this."
I found out when the email went out.
Yeah.
So I didn't get asked. I got he's in it. So and I felt like I knew why he wanted me in something like that, and it worked out great. But yeah, no, I don't care about being on camera ever. I like being behind the
I
scenes.
admire how resolute you are in your beliefs and the way that you're oriented.
Appreciate that.
I wish I could be as bulletproof as you.
I think the over 19 years here, it's like
You've seen it all.
being next to, like, we talk about like the Milton Tufts shit like that. Like, it actually, like, I actually don't feel like I have feelings anymore. Like, you live on the internet and you deal with so much hate. You guys obviously deal with it, and then Dave is just will tee off on you all the time. So you have to be able to handle that. So
My method now is to just not look.
don't look at anything.
I just ignore. Like, I didn't watch the Surviving Barstool.
Oh, dude, I couldn't watch that.
I didn't watch
I
or
couldn't.
Most Dangerous Game Show. I didn't watch the final episode or.
I think with that, I've always just looked at it as like, it's not real. It's not real. There's never been a person that I've ever been out with in the 20 years at Barstool that was a dick in person. They'd all come up like, "Oh, Gaz," or "Oh, Dave," or like, everyone's super nice. People on the internet, they're not real. Like, that's the way I just looked at it.
Meek's a person on the internet.
Meek.
If I can picture all the trolls looking just like Meek, then I sleep soundly at night.
We're you want to throw some headphones on and watch this trailer with us, and then let's hit a rollback ad here before we go. Hold this bad boy up, Large.
Absolutely. Can you hold that bad boy up, Patty? Because I have a mic that's falling down right now. It's now holiday season. There's no better place to go than Rowback. You guys all know how much we love Rowback. It's the best fit, best feel, and we can't go anywhere without seeing someone wearing a Rowback performance hoodie. Simply put, they're so soft, you will not be able to take them off. They also pair great with Rowback performance joggers that are made to move and are incredibly comfortable. This duo is unrivaled. Look at Francis. You know how handsome he looks in something like that?
They're comfortable.
Let's
Not
put it
fair.
on.
With more items being released, the brand new performance crew necks, fleeces, or 5-pocket pants, they are unbelievably comfortable, yet built for activity. So kick your holiday season off right and use the code RADIO, RADIO, for those who can't read, on Rowback.com for 20% off your first purchase through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com, and 20% off all performance hoodies, crew necks, joggers, and more with the code RADIO. Francis loves it, and he looks good in it. Hit Rowback now for all your holiday needs.
All right, so here we go. Here is the world premiere of the Surviving Barstool trailer, and this is coming out on Cyber Monday. Episode 1 will air, so let's take a look right now.
Over the next week, 14 Barstool employees will battle to survive. The winner gets $100,000 in cash.
Give me $100,000 in cash. I might be dead within a week, or I'm gonna have the very best time ever.
They'll live, sleep, and compete here.
Survive and advance. We're built for the trenches out here.
Oh my God.
You're sleeping in here? Yeah, I'm living in here. Horrible.
Rico just dropped this one on us that he gets night terrors.
Years of friendships, rivalries, camaraderie, and bad blood has all led to this.
Get the fuck out of here, you fucking bullshit.
I said, anything goes, beginning of the game.
You're running a bullshit fucking game.
Do your job better, stupid! Just do your job better!
Fuck Jeff DeWall. And that is fucking insanity. Not my Barstool.
We're gonna make that rule up? Get the fuck out of here.
Every person I'm friends with could stab me in the back. Hopefully we don't get there.
Tommy's the first because you gotta get Tommy out.
Tommy.
I'm gonna vote for Tommy.
This is the most in trouble I think I've ever been. You get mixed up in this game and there's no chance your feelings don't get into it.
Steven really fucking stabbed him in the back.
God, I'm gonna fucking puke, dude. Is your heart not racing?
You can't stab somebody in their sleep. But, like, gamesmanship is gamesmanship.
If Rico pisses me off and I beat him within an inch of his life.
Rico's not long for this game, and he doesn't have the mental capacity.
Strategizing don't too much talking. I'm just here for a good time.
I got the whole game to this show. Everything goes through me.
You sound like shit.
I think he worked out some type of deal with Dave, and he was like, whatever the contest is, I'll sabotage it.
He's never been fond of me over the years, so I can't trust him as far as I could throw him.
This is a reality show. Everything matters.
Dave panics when he does not have control, and he didn't have control. I had control.
This is Surviving Barstool, Season 3, fueled by Factor.
Good Lord. Cyber Monday. That comes out. What a cast. Dave, Dan, Gaz, Fights, Kevin, Jersey, Jerry. I mean, that is like, do you have PTSD just watching that right now?
Yeah, it brought back a lot of memories, actually. I was like kind of tearing. I was like, there's so much stuff that's going to come out of that thing. Obviously, I don't want to talk about it. I know a lot more about the context of that. But yeah, they did an awesome job with that. And yeah, I think the Barstool fans are.
I'm excited. I think if you are long for the old days of Barstool mixed with the best of the new, this is that return to glory. It is Barstool's most DNA-driven thing.
And I would say I've been on the business side of it, like the sponsors involved, like the guys that are Factor, they were like, let it rip. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's the best.
In the edits and stuff like that. It's great to have a brand that was like super bought in. Stuff is really good, actually. I ate Factor.
It's delicious.
I was on the show. And yeah, it's delicious. But yeah, it's great when you're able to make content like that. And there's a lot of things that were like, oh, are they going to be like we went over the line there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have a problem. And they're like, go.
Kirk was like, I like how they didn't put too much of Kirk in the trailer because it's misleading in a way because he was going nuts when we were walking around here just fucking screaming at everyone. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, that's such a small percentage of it too because I was like, oh, why didn't they put this in? Why didn't they put that? You don't want to give up too much. So there's a lot of shit that's not in there that is volatile and you know, it's going to be great.
I've never done one. I know, Francis, you've done one. Patty, you've done multiple maybe, and now Gaz has done them. I don't think I'm built for that. I don't think I could.
You'd be built more for a host.
You're built different.
Probably.
You'd be built more for the host.
Yeah, maybe a host type thing. Like seeing somebody cry. Who cried in that? Was Che?
Did Che cry?
Yeah, I think it was. I think he cried in that trailer.
Che cried in the trailer?
I'm not giving shit away.
No, you said I saw it.
Oh yeah,
yes,
Shay cried.
Yeah,
why did he cry?
I can't tell you.
And I'm dying to know who the fuck Gaz. And by the way, Gaz sandbagged us. Yeah, I was in it. I don't know what's. And then the part where it's like, this guy hates me. I know I can't trust him. I like who the fuck that is. I mean, I know.
I think I got a good idea of who it is.
Can't say it.
Yeah,
obviously,
it's funny. It's all these camera guys running around. You think you'd be thinking. You lose all sense of like reality. You get so wrapped up into this. As much as you go into it being like, oh, we're doing content. We're all gonna be like. You've had that obviously.
I think that was my favorite part about it is there's not one angle uncovered. We had so many cameras on so many different things at so many different times. There's not one thing that we didn't capture.
Yeah, people running around there 2, 3 in the morning, like it didn't stop. It was just nonstop.
Oh, that's shit crying right there. Yeah, that's a bad. That's unfortunate. Yeah. How do you masturbate? Well, get back to that old thing. Like
Great girl watch.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I
calling Joey.
No, you're trying to find.
Like when you're here, like where do you find a corner that doesn't have Meek behind you with a phone?
We had what, 14 people here. They had bunks. Looks like the bunks were set up, and then you all use the same shower. Like there was a shower lines that were crazy in the mornings and after. And it was like
get into a damp shower in the morning.
Yeah, no, no, there was no pounding it. I don't think.
If someone jerked off here in that week, they should be fired.
Yeah, I'm sure someone did.
You think someone cranked it?
Who do you think wouldn't have been able to like hold back for 40?
Fucking horny Che.
I think Che, yeah, he
Probably Che's
cries
the
when he
guy.
masturbates, from what I understand.
It's gonna be
So
incredible.
do I.
Yeah, I think for anyone who is like a fan of old school Barstool or new school like reality show stuff that we do, this is the ultimate. And it was nice having everyone in the office too.
Yeah,
like, you realize how just what a mental asylum we are with everyone fucking.
It kind of at times it felt like summer camp with the fellas. You know, we're here like all the boys here, like that kind of thing. And I think it was good. Some people were chirping like, oh, there was no girls in it. Like people chirp all the time. I actually thought it was great to have like all guy cast just because of we will treat girls differently. Like I'm not gonna like So in
Would even been on though Keegs, but she's been on like every show.
Yeah,
it would have been Keegs or who else could have.
I had
been
this
on?
suggestion during it because we're like, oh, how do you top like this? It's like doing it with all girls.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would be.
That would be
same
fun.
thing.
Yeah,
great too. But we'll see where it goes there. But yeah, it was great, and I think the fans are gonna love it. Like I said, I'm a fan of Barstool content, and I've been watching everything, and I think it's gonna be the best thing we've ever done.
Huh?
I don't disagree. I agree with that. I'm excited. As a fan, this is going to be, it's one of those things where I'll return to being just a fan and an observer and loving it and being thrilled. Yeah.
Would you ever do a season 2? Do you think there'll be a season 2 of this, like with this cast?
Yeah, I don't think they would. Well, maybe it's down the line at some point.
Mix in like a Biz or a Wit or something?
Yeah, I wonder if because Whitney was asked to be in it. Or he couldn't do it because they had other obligations during that time. But I think he would have loved to be in it, and he would have been great in it as well. But yeah, I'm sure at some point down the line we'll do it again.
Do you worry that by having such an unbelievable cast, it makes it very hard to do a sophomore season?
To top it, yeah, it's like the Hall of Fame cast essentially getting together, like kind of dream team people.
What was the prize?
I don't know.
$100,000.
$100,000, yeah, $100,000. We don't know. We actually have no idea who is going to win. So it'll be exciting for the finale to find that out too. But
God damn, Cyber Monday, and that airs directly after the telethon.
No,
we'll go right after the telethon.
It's the first episode.
Yeah, the first
not
episode.
the finale.
Yeah, first episode.
How many episodes are there?
I think it's like 9. I think they're like 45 minutes long.
Great.
Yeah, there's so much content.
Need
there's
it.
So much.
Need it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want like the editor's cuts. I want like
beef it up. It up.
So
draw it out. Cool.
Well, we'll put Large. Maybe you'll be in the next one.
Yeah, I
think you would do well in that compared to like the outdoor.
Thank you. So when they had asked, when they were banding me about for one of the Barstool survivors or whatever, Jeff D. Lowe had said, I don't think he'll do it. Like, so, when they throw out names and shit like that. So I thanked Jeff profusely for that.
Jeff D. Dictator?
Yeah.
How was Lowe as the host? Was he power hungry and crazy?
You saw, it looked like Nate was going
Nate hates
pretty
him.
hard. Yeah.
Why was the dog so upset with
Yeah, to watch.
Is Nate here?
Dog was a late add to that, and he was a great add to that. Like, he was late. He wasn't even in the original cast, and then he got in. Him and Jerry were the last two added in. And thank God Nate was there.
Is he here today?
Dog? No, I don't think so.
I would love to have the dog in here to talk about it. He's tight-lipped, though.
Guys, you're here. You always sit in that kind of quiet corner on the back left. What are you doing?
What am I doing now? So, with Dave taking the company back, my role has kind of shifted back to what I was doing a few years ago. Because I was helping Erica a lot more with the business side when Dave was, just really worried about gambling and bringing in new talent and doing all that stuff. So now I'm more back to being like just trying to make sure the socials is good we do, like with Meek and the other guys on the group. So there's always shit that I have to deal with, issues with team or Erica's like, can you help me with this or that? But it's been a little bit more quiet actually since the layoffs, and it's been a little bit easier, I think, on me at least.
Is it going well?
Yeah. What do you mean? Like going like
the health of the business?
Yeah, how's it going?
I think it's great. I think it's great. Like, Dave's super involved. I mean, Dave was yelling at me this weekend. Like, I actually missed that because I just, the disconnect from him for so long. Like, he was just kind of doing his gambling stuff, and I don't do gambling. So I was never really in his orbit. But now, yeah, as much as you get a text at like 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, he's like, what the fuck did you just post? And I'm like, well, Meek did it. It's that's fine. But I it's great to have him back. It's great for the Barstool. It's great for the fans. It's great for me personally. Yeah, no, it's going great. Better than I thought, actually.
I'm asking tough questions. So if you can't answer these, just let me know, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I believe I remember us having a 12-year lease on this office.
Yeah, I don't even know. I didn't know that.
Well, then maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
This space, 12 years?
Space.
Got it. Yeah, I don't know that.
Is there any world where we would ever want to downsize here now that we have fewer people working here and the Chicago office?
In terms of like square footage, you're talking about.
To a smaller office.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they would look at options, but I don't know. Are we gonna like bring in more people at some point? Like, Dave wants to hire some people. I don't know. I think we could look at that, but I don't know what the lease situation is. And
do you think Dave would ever try to sell this company again?
No,
can't.
Well, he can. Just Penn would get 50% of it or something like that.
Yeah. I don't think he would. I don't see any world that he would ever sell it.
Got it.
Are we still bringing in new talent? Or are we just basically going to freeze until like?
Yeah, no, I think you look at we brought in Moobs was right before that, and she's still in college, and she'll come back into the office and be creating stuff. No, I think anytime Dave sees someone on the internet, like how he saw Jerry or how he saw Frank, he's gonna pull the trigger. It's his money. It's not like he's
Yeah.
But I don't imagine maybe big game hunting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we're going out and trying to get like huge talent that already exists and paying a shit ton. It's like, how do we find how you guys all started and develop and bring people up and make them big stars that way. And then they go off and they become Alex Cooper, doing her own thing.
Yeah.
That's the way I think we'd be doing.
Cool.
But my contract is up. Who do I have to go to now? Is it you?
No. Dave will be he wasn't doing a lot of that. I mean, he was obviously would sign off on it, but no, it'd be Erica and Dave.
Okay.
Head of content.
It's interesting. Think about where we're going to be in like a year or so. I mean, we're not doing the big sporting events anymore, right? He said he was like over that after the.
Yeah, he talked about those. Like, those are such a big lift for the whole company to get behind to do and go do it, and it's like it's really hard to like make money off of it.
Yeah, do we even make like we have sponsors and stuff, but I feel like the overhead is so high for
like
like
so much.
basketball.
So yeah, I mean, those were all things that we wanted to do with part of the Penn partnership and the sports gambling and getting into that. So I think we're just back to being more Barstool funny content and not necessarily trying to do these big things that are going to gain, I don't know, whatever eyeballs you can get or good press that you can get out there. It's more just like go back to the old school Barstool.
Would you ever fight in Rough and Rowdy, guys?
I thought about that a couple of times in the old office when like Hank was doing it. I thought about.
Would you say you're in the best shape of your life right now?
I would say probably 6 months ago, before I moved back to New York.
Right, so you're very close.
You're
very close to being back in the best shape of your life. So this would be the time to do it.
Yeah, at 40 years old now, go and fight in that thing. Yeah, I talked about like who would you want to fight? Like I said, I would fight Feitelberg for sure.
I don't know that I would.
You think you could fuck Feitelberg up?
Feitelberg's the only one I've ever seen fight here, like in real, like
you could dummy John.
In a real life fight. Like we've actually fought people together, like 6 or 7 years.
Remember that picture? Yeah.
Yeah, like 10 years ago. So I actually know what Feitelberg is. That's why I'm not scared of him. I just fight him and dummy him. He's a little bit. He's a lot fatter than he's like probably 100 pounds on me. That's the only problem.
Yeah, but he's work fat. Like he's got like his fat is like muscle.
Oh, he's got like a dad strength to him too. He's a strong guy. It is father. I know his dad. His dad's a strong guy too. So, but yeah, no, I've thought about doing it. I'm not against doing it. I don't know. Could you wear a hat in the ring?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
You can't.
I'm sure we can figure it out.
I mean, I'd ref it, so I'd insist on reffing your fight, and I'd allow it. But yeah,
probably paint one on, paint a beanie on.
Yeah, no, we're not.
You'd be the only headgear with a brim. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
How important do you think it is to continue to hire young people in order to stay connected to the next generation?
Yeah, I think that's always been what Dave has been awesome at doing. I mean, Dave's now 46 years old. I'm now 40, but Barstool still feels like a young company, and it's still super relevant. You see like PFT at game day, like there's 25,000 kids there, literally, and they're all chanting his name, an internet personality. So, like, I think bringing up the next, Brianna and how we have Grace and, Rhea and Fran were here 5 years ago as interns. Like, that keeps us young and relative. It keeps us, we don't talk TikTok like large. We do TikTok. Right. Like, what the fuck is this? But it's where everyone's spending their time, and that's where the new creators are coming from. So you just go and adjust every year to what's happening trend-wise. So, yeah. I think it is. I think, the Barstool audience has grown up with Dave. There's people that are 50 years old that have been following Dave from when he was handing out the pizza. And now you got kids that are 15 years old that are just as diehard.
Is there any world ever where you or Dave or Erica would tell someone who's been here an extremely long time, like, why don't you go out to pasture? Go enjoy yourself.
Retires.
I literally don't have anyone in mind. I'm just saying.
You're looking at me the whole fucking time.
You're definitely staring right at large.
Is there tenure here?
Like, if you're asking me, like, would I want to like retire from Barstool at some point? Yeah, I don't think I'll ever. No, I know I won't unless they fire me or I do something stupid to get fired. But would never want to work anywhere else ever again. It'd just be, when do I need to work till?
But if someone was up for like a contract or something and they came in and wanted something, and you're like, would you tell them, be like, hey, like, this is kind of how far you're going to go here? Maybe you explore other shit.
I think content creators are like business people.
Content.
Yeah.
Someone who's been here for a really long time, and you're like, listen.
I think Dave will keep anyone here that he thinks brings value, works hard, and obviously if they become expensive, there's a point where it may not make business sense. Like, he knows how much people bring in, and then how much they cost. So as long as you can stay profitable with that, I think he'd do it. I don't think he'd ever be like, we're going to get rid of you because, like what you just said, I think is the performance isn't worth it, or the how much money someone wants doesn't worth it. Dave's very good at like practical about looking at that stuff. Like he has an idea of what he's going in. It's very not usually like a negotiation. He's just like, I know what I assign a value to you. Right. If you want that, that's great. Maybe there's a little wiggle room.
Are you involved like in those conversations? Does he ever come to you and is like, hey, this person's up. What do you think we should do?
No, more from like, not like he'll ask me how a show's doing, like how's performance of this, or like is there growing on social, is whatever that. Maybe he'll ask for my opinion, and then he'll just weigh that. Probably ask Erica the same thing. Maybe go ask sales. Do people care about this person in the market? Are they asking to be a part of Brianna's content or whatever the person may be? So more from that side of things. That's where he would ask for just an opinion on that. But I think he knows where.
What's they have on the sheet here, the PFT game day thing. David quote tweeted, say didn't get a heads up. Did he talk to you about that?
No, he that was for the Danny Boy Kane thing. Yeah. I didn't know if that was more of like a.
Thought he was kidding.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like.
Isn't it about the Trump thing?
There's that angle, so you never know. Like Danny Boy, he loves to like get in the mix with Danny Boy. I think was a big part of it. I didn't actually put 2 and 2 together on the Trump thing. Actually,
that. Pardon my take, was annoyed that Dave had gone to do the Trump interview, and they thought they wanted a heads up, and therefore
I think that's how that played.
He was just sort of playing a joke back.
Yeah, that was kind of was. Yeah, it could be just that.
Are we gonna have Christmas parties again?
Yes, we have a Christmas party. It's already scheduled.
That's a really good sign. I think that's a really good sign.
One in Chicago and one in here.
Can we make sure that ours costs more?
Chicago one is at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Ours is at the Blarney Stone. We have the steam table from 7 to 7:25.
$3 Deweys.
We will be at Blue Haven East. 2-hour thing.
It'll be good. I'm pumped for. I think, like you said, I think it's a good indicator of the health of a company if they decide to spend money on a Christmas party.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, no, I think David mentioned like we're back to being where we need to be. Like, and things are good. Yeah,
that's great.
Pretty much already. Yeah.
And then when do the floodgates open up then for doing sports books and stuff? Don't we have a definitive time?
I don't know what the.
We're out of our
non-compete
window with Penn. I think.
I believe it switched over this week, right?
With ESPN.
I believe it's 6 months.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Are we gonna take advertisers? Like, if anyone wants to come?
Yeah, that's probably like I don't know what I wasn't part of any of those conversations.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that all broken down to be. I'm assuming at some point, but I don't know when.
Got it.
Or who or what.
I thought that was like a 2-year thing. I don't know.
Oh, 6-month thing from what I remember hearing also. But somebody had sent me that they'd gotten notification that Barstool Sportsbook was transferring to ESPN Bet, which I just got to open it. So I thought that might be the inflection point for us when the floodgates open for us to be corporate chills for different books.
Do we have any calls, Booze?
Oh, not at the moment, but you can open them up.
If you want to call us, give us a call at 888-786-6522 and ask us anything you want.
I gotta go work, guys.
All right, Gaz.
Thanks,
Thank
Gaz.
you.
That was really enlightening. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Gaz.
Good to get a little peek behind the curtain.
I get a little nervous when I see Gaz like pop into the control.
I honestly thought we were in trouble when he came in. Honestly, like the way he came in, there was a certain degree of, I don't know.
He goes, we actually missed you guys in the first round, so we're going to go ahead and take you out. We're going to go ahead and take you out now. What else is new, Large?
Nothing. We started up Twisted History again. We're doing a Thanksgiving topic one this week. We did Twisted History Canada a couple weeks ago, so we're going to do it monthly and then try to shoot that off into Snapchat stuff too. So because they wanted us to be more of a social presence than just a podcast. So I think we're going to go to Snapchat route, and excited to have that back. The Saints involved, and obviously Vibs is still involved. And by the way, handsome John Kelly just lost like 15 pounds.
Did he?
Yeah, like John Kelly is one of the producers here for people who don't know, and he's always been one of the most handsome guys here. No?
No, he is.
That's not what I'm laughing about. I'll tell you after you finish your story.
Philly guy, too.
Philly guy, yeah. And so he got a little bit doughy because he was working with me, and people tend to do that. And then, we took a little hiatus, and now he's back to being sculpted. I think John's probably back to maybe number 2 most handsome in the room.
Behind
himself. Yeah. Oh, Caleb might be. Caleb's kind of hot, right? I think Jetski's a handsome guy. I'd probably take the skin off Will Compton, given the chance.
Booze isn't bad looking either.
Booze is okay. Yeah.
What were you laughing at, Frank?
Lemmer?
Well, we went to the Dominican Republic with Foreplay, and John Kelly was there as an additional cameraman, and it was so hot and humid that he started malfunctioning.
Yeah.
And at one point, and he kept complaining about how the water bottles that they had, the water itself wasn't correct water, wasn't good water. He was like, I don't think there's electrolytes in this. There's something wrong with the water. And sure enough, we got to a point where we had to stop at the halfway house to get more waters or something, and he crashed his cart into the cart in front of him because he was just so heat stricken.
He was fully dehydrated.
Yeah, and really couldn't handle it. I think we had to send him in because he was just so messed up from the heat.
It looked like an awesome trip, though.
It was good.
I will catch up John Feitelberg, who just sat down. We just had Gaz in as a guest because we did the
Surviving Barstool.
Surviving Barstool trailer came out, and it looks fucking incredible. And so towards the end of it, I said, Gaz, we're just trying to figure out what he does here. I said, would you ever fight Rough and Rowdy? He's like, if I could, I'd like to fight Feitelberg at some point.
Everyone I did.
And he said he's fought with you before, and he's confident that if you could lose the weight to get down to him, which was a shot, that he would fucking dummy you. So,
Bro,
I don't like.
He called you doughy.
Yeah, he did.
A doughy.
Why do I have to lose the weight? He's challenging me to the fight. He has to come up to me.
Right.
Is that how that works?
That's how it works in my head.
I believe in my parish also. Yeah.
Bro, you can't be like, hey, dude, if you can lose 100 pounds, I'll fight you. Fuck that.
Let me before we go on, Francis, where were you this weekend?
I was in Washington, D.C.
Where were you this week? You were in Chicago.
Yep.
I was in San Diego. Where did you just get back from?
I was in
Rikers Island,
Detroit, and Buffalo.
It's unbelievable how this company has changed into such like a transitory. No one is, you know what I mean? Like everyone travels all the time now.
Yeah.
Right? Like more so than when this thing started. And I'm not talking about the Milton days when you didn't have 2 sticks to rub together.
Right.
It's always travel all the time here for just about everybody.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
It is weird, and it is. it doesn't even register with me anymore either. Like, well, they all go home this weekend, and people will be like, "So you travel off work?" And I'm like, I always think back blackout tour when I wasn't home for like 5 months at a time. That's what I think is traveling. Like someone will ask me, like, nah, I don't really travel much anymore. Meanwhile, like 3 weekends a month, we were not really here.
Right? Where were you guys?
Nobody travels more than the foreplay guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're going to the Dominican
is-
Republic instead of Cleveland. or
Yes,
whatever.
but dude, when they travel as much as they do, it all kind of starts to blend together. It's I thought for me going to the Dominican with them was an unbelievable treat and like kind of a vacation. It's not for them. They are business. They're going to bed at a decent hour. They're not getting fucked up. The content is the key, and while they're not shooting content at the trip, they are promoting their podcast. They're recording foreplay remotely. They are nonstop. It's impressive.
It drags you down.
It
Traveling,
does.
like, we've been gone 3 weeks. I was sick. I was just traveled 3 weeks. But that's the thing. I don't even like if you go out when you travel for work, it just makes your whole health just take a nosedive.
Yeah,
it's just
and
exhausting.
They, we were in a villa or whatever, which sounds awesome, but like every night you're going out to a different restaurant, which again sounds awesome, but it's like after 300 days of eating like the burrata split across the table, and like you're like, Jesus Christ, I would love a fresh salad at this point. At some point. Or just like some chicken, rice, and broccoli that I cooked myself.
Oh, how do you fly? You fly first class?
Yes.
Okay.
Always, no matter what.
I'm 30.
No, this morning I was Comfort Plus. It was out of, I don't know, I guess. But it was also the smallest plane I've ever been in my life. Just Buffalo to here is crazy small.
I am 30E on, I don't know whoever sets up I'm always right outside the men's room in the smallest fucking seat possible. I pay for my own upgrades to like Comfort Plus if I can and shit like that because they put me in comical situations. And
30E by the bathroom.
Right outside, middle seat by the bathroom.
Did you for cross country?
Yeah, I mean, I was I was middle seat.
Middle seat all the way to the back for a cross country
both there and back. I was middle seat, and so I had to pay to be up to Comfort Plus, $150 a piece too, because the holiday weekend just to get up to it. Because I can't get in there and be all fucking smushed for 6 hours.
Hungover.
I can't fucking do it. Yeah, and I'm hungover and shit. And we travel quite. We do like 20 trips for NASCAR.
Yeah,
I travel much more now than I ever did in Wall Street. It's not even fucking close. Like
Wall Street people travel a lot. Typically.
You've always have to go and like suck customers' cocks. So you'd go out to like San Francisco.
How do I apply?
Yeah, and we do a lot of Boston trips and Chicago trips.
Yeah.
And see it. But most of the hedge funds and stuff we worked with are in New York City, or just like quick trips up to Connecticut and whatnot. So yeah, much more now with this stuff than ever before. And yeah, I haven't seen first class unless it's on my dime. So whatever, I'm okay with that.
How was your show?
Shows are very good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You said you were in Indy? So you were playing
No.
the Heliums.
No. Minneapolis, Detroit.
Did you Acme or did you do House of Comedy?
In where?
In Minneapolis.
Majestic Theater.
Oh, wow. Oh, you guys are
Like
doing
that?
theaters. Right, okay.
The Victory
Nice.
Theater. One was Detroit and Minneapolis were one of those. I forget.
I'm not in theater realm.
They were.
Minneapolis is supposed to be.
Minneapolis was really sick.
I love it.
Minneapolis
We're going there in the spring.
Incredible
People say
food
it's
scene.
Oh wait, I fucking forgot all about this. So my first time in Minneapolis, when I was out there, we did this over the summer. I played in like a hockey tournament with the Minnesota Wild, and I went out there with Chief. And one night we were just like walking down the street looking for a bar, and we walked by this bar called Gay
Classic.
90s, and it's very big and vibrant. And we were like, I don't know, let's just fucking pop in and check it out. And we walk in, dude, and we walk in, and there's like. The second you walk in, they're like, "Do you want to see the real show, or you want to go to the bar?" And we were like, "Well, let's see the real fucking show." And so it was called Kink Night at Big Gay 90s.
This in Minneapolis?
Minneapolis, yeah. And we get in there, dude, and it was basically open mic night for sex workers, where like there was a stage and everyone was like coming up and doing like weird kinky sex shit, but they weren't hot. Like it was like you're not in this world really. Like it was really obese people in latex, and one guy just tied to like a flayed X thing, just getting whipped in the dick and stuff like that. There were cages people were in. There were couches people were just eating pussy on. It was crazy. So I told.
Sorry.
And we got this, dude. We get like Like I got like 10 steps into the room and it was like sensory overload. And I turned around, I just see the back of Chief's head. Like he just left right away.
You a Chief?
Yeah. But so we checked it out and it was funny. And I told the story on the podcast. And so we were like, when we get to Minneapolis, we'll go to Gay 90s after the show for like a fucking after party. And we went, and it was the exact opposite scene. It was empty. There was no one there.
Oh.
So I spent the night apologizing to people that, like, sorry there aren't obese guys getting their dicks whipped off here right now.
You think you were hallucinating that night?
No. Ask Chief. He'll tell you. It was,
You could both be hallucinating.
it was a very real situation.
John was dreaming.
Yeah. But I never thought I'd see the day, like, where my life was at a point where I was, like, apologizing to people. I'm like, I'm genuinely sorry. This isn't a
It's usually much more gay
disgusting
than
sex
this.
place right now. It's just a regular bar. It was fun.
Yeah, we were going to Minneapolis in the spring. We're excited about it. That whole like, and Indiana's
you're
supposed
gonna
to
have
be
a blast at
supposed to
Gay
be great
90s.
too. Indiana, like the Midwest, is supposed to be really good for comedy. No,
I don't know. Indianapolis is a little tough.
we'll skip it. I don't know.
I never have a particularly great experience there. No offense. I like the city. I like the people. But as far as the shows, they never seem to go that well.
I just want to go somewhere where I can get protested. We invite the Westboro Baptist Church to every single show that we're at.
Really?
Every show, and they never show up.
How do you invite them? Politely?
DMs.
Yeah, that's not like
emails.
just fucking. You gotta start sending hog pics.
I guess maybe.
Like you two fucking be like, we're gonna do this in your town tomorrow.
Yeah, and bring the kids.
What's the makeup of your audience, Pat? Do you find that it's
Probably
mostly gay guys?
80 to 20, female to male, probably.
Oh, it's almost all female.
Yeah, it's all big titted drunk ladies.
I'll tell you right now, we took the foreplay guys, going back to those, to the championship race in Phoenix. So it was Frankie.
Oh, it's awesome.
Trent and Riggsy. And, you know, everyone gets recognized for whatever they do. Trent must have got pulled aside by 10 different women at NASCAR in Phoenix for being the fucking luggage guy.
I
Nothing
saw
else.
that on his Instagram stories.
Hey,
Gorgeous, all of them, too.
Yeah, foreplay guys, you know, hey, roughing his rate, all that kind of stuff. Hey, you know. But with Trent, 10 just girls coming up to him on top of all the other stuff. It's a phenomenon. And
Yeah.
he's so good. He's such a nice guy. Like, he's so safe and just a nice person. He takes, like, that same smile the whole time that he puts on.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. I love that son of a bitch.
Approachable.
He's the best.
Yeah, he's
the
approachable.
best.
Yeah. How was the trailer?
That's pretty electric.
Do you want to watch it again? Can we watch the trailer again, or is
Well,
it
whenever you out the show, we'll end the show with it.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited. People were asking us like when's it coming out? Like we kept it quiet. It's like it's all we talk about here. And guess what? Once it comes out, it's all we're gonna talk about. So it's gonna be hard to miss.
It's gonna be great. Why don't we end the show on the trailer now? That way, John can see it. And then, are you guys back tomorrow? You're gonna be here tomorrow. All right.
John, put your headphones on.
All right, guys, check out this trailer again. This episode 1 drops on Cyber Monday, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Over the next week, 14 Barstool employees will battle to survive. The winner gets $100,000 in cash.
Give me $100,000 in cash. I might be dead within a week, or I'm gonna have the very best time ever.
They'll live, sleep, and compete here.
Survive and advance. We're built for the trenches out here.
Oh my God.
You're sleeping in here? Yeah, I'm living in here. Horrible.
Rico just dropped this one on us that he gets night terrors.
Years of friendships, rivalries, camaraderie, and bad blood has all led to this.
Get the fuck out of here! You're fucking bullshit. Anything goes. Begin the game. You're running a bullshit fucking game. Do your job better, stupid! Shut the fuck up. Do your job better!
Fuck Jeff D-Low. And that is fucking insanity. Not my Barstool.
We're gonna make that rule up? Get the fuck out of here!
Every person I'm friends with could stab me in the back. Hopefully we don't get there.
Tommy's the first because you gotta get Tommy out. Tommy. I'm gonna vote for Tommy.
This is the most in trouble I think I've ever been. You get mixed up in this game, and there's no chance your feelings don't get into it.
Steven really fucking stabbed him in the back.
God, I'm gonna fucking puke, dude. Is your heart not racing?
You can't stab somebody in their sleep, but like gamesmanship is gamesmanship.
If Rico pisses me off and I beat him within an inch of his life.
Rico's not long for this game, and he doesn't have the mental capacity.
Strategizing don't too much talking. I'm just here for a good time. I got the whole game to this show. Everything goes through me.
You sound like shit.
I think he worked out some type of deal with Dave, and he was like, whatever the contest is, I'll sabotage it.
He's never been fond of me over the years, so I can't trust him as far as I could throw him. This is a reality show. Everything matters.
Dave panics when he does not have control, and he didn't have control. I had control.
This is Surviving Barstool Season 3, fueled by Factor.